I think it's literally the community feel. I think it's used so often in football clubs to literally be at the heart. I'm literally looking at the terrace house just across from the club. It's that you do get that feel, and to have that proper feel of an old school football club, it's fantastic. It really is a privilege.
So what would you say is the best thing about working for Grimsby Town?
Yeah, I think it's the presentation towards the supporters for this great club, to be able to be part of the main mechanism for supporters coming in through the turnstiles, and being able to bring football to so many people around the Grimsby area. It's an unparalleled club ultimately in terms of the away support and the want to support their team. But yeah, for me personally, it's an absolute privilege to be at the club. It's such a rich historic club as well, but it's just an unbelievable experience, and love my time here. Of course, so I'm William Healey. I studied football business and finance at UCFB Manchester, and I am currently the head of ticketing operations at Grimsby Town Football Club. It's fantastic ground.
It is. And what does your role as head of ticketing operations entail, sort of day-to-day, match day, non-match day?
Yeah, absolutely. So it's an absolute plethora of everything ticketing wise. So it can be literally from venue creation to understanding in sort of mechanics, in addition to supporters, literally in-house sales and everything to do with it. So literally it can be from adding seats into the ground. We recently had a couple of seats in the back row of the pontoon, so we started adding those in now, and then obviously liaising with all clubs to ensure sales go live in a timely manner over the course of the season, and keeping the ship going forwards as much as we can.
And you got this job very soon after graduating from UCFB. How does it feel to have a job like this so early on in your sports industry career?
Yeah, it's unbelievable. If you'd have said to me, 5 years ago, I'd be head of ticket operations at Grimsby Town Football Club, I'd probably not believed you. Just in terms of, the ability to come into a club like this is fantastic. Just to get onto that in terms of coming to Grimsby, the initial steps, I literally was in contact with this previous CEO, Debbie Cook, sent an email through the club's website, and within 24 hours I was literally speaking with her to get an interview sort of arranged, and there wasn't actually a job available at the club, but it just emphasises that sort of willingness to want to be in the industry. You've got to have that, and everything you put into it, you do get out. And
you've been here for 5 years. What would you say is the best thing specifically about working for Grimsby Town?
I think it's literally the community feel. I think it's used so often in football clubs that to literally be at the heart. I'm literally looking at the terrace house just across from the club. It's that you do get that feel, and to have that proper feel of an old school football club where you literally got you see it here. It's fantastic. It really is a privilege, and as I say, it's just. I'd never have thought I would have got into the sort of role that I have.
And what would you say is the best thing about working football generally?
Yeah, football. I think ultimately it's an industry I've always loved. I'm a Wycombe Wanderers fan, I have to say. So being League One, League Two, up, going to countless matches across the UK. It's like no other industry within the sort of sector, and I think ultimately having that sort of ingrained like history almost, it gives that sort of perspective on really sort of valuing it a little bit more. You sort of get it, you get the industry, you get the feel of when you're supporting your club on a Tuesday evening and bitterly cold. It sort of sets you up, and you sort of understand what it is to actually be a supporter.
And just to go back to your time at UCFB, what made you initially choose UCFB when you started?
Yeah, really interesting pathway, really. So I didn't particularly find like football to be the sort of route, if you like, on my sort of roadmap. I was wanting to do chemistry at university. Literally, it was at open day at the. So I went to St George's Academy, Sleaford, and it was one of the stalls set up, and I just saw Wembley at the corner. I was like, what on earth is that? So I picked up one of the guides and I thought, oh, wow, literally just wow, is that even possible? I couldn't really believe it though. Then I did for the digging, and I went to one of the open days, and it just felt like that was the correct pathway for me. As I say, I still, in terms of the career aspirations at that point, I didn't really know what I wanted to do, but I think it's highly relevant when you're doing something that you absolutely love, like football. For me, it just made the sense to be the right step, and ultimately you get where you can in life from putting in what you want to get out, and putting in the hard work. And as I say, so it was literally processing through UPass to get through to university. I was going to our place in the Manchester campus, great city, Manchester. Thoroughly enjoyed the opportunities to literally be going to grounds quite regularly. I can remember Blackpool on a Tuesday evening that I wouldn't have been able to do as well, and so just almost honed in my sort of want to be within football and be part of it, because that's what I've always grown up with and always means so much in my life. So it just made the right step, really.
And how did you enjoy your time at UCFB once you were in the door?
Yeah, unbelievable. The sort of experiences I was comparing, with my mates who went to uni, and it's almost unparalleled. The opportunities you get. So I did a workshop with Peter Smith, a commentary workshop. Didn't want to do commentary necessarily, but it just, you got the experience to be with a Sky Sports presenter. You're going to take it any day of the week, and that's kind of what I just highlight throughout my time. I didn't particularly want to do that, but it's just engaging with it, and you getting what you want to get from the experience, 100%. And also the placements that you had on offer, so I really wanted to get the ground running with those, so I proactively engage with the I think it's a Richmond team, I can't remember, to be honest. And within a couple of months, we managed to get set up with one of my placements at my time, and sort of grow from there. And as I say, it's like wanting to be engaged with it, and UCFB was the right sort of stepping stones to be able to do that. And it's still look back on incredibly fond memories of my time, and in comparison to my mates at other unis, unparalleled. Keep saying that.
How important would you say that workplace experiences like you had at Lincoln and Port Vale, would you say they're crucial alongside studying for people who want to go work in sport?
Yeah, 100%. I think it ultimately provides you a competitive advantage over others if you've engaged with the abilities going forwards. I touched on my time at Lincoln City. It was literally only a couple of months, but in that time I was engaged with the actual how I was working within the commercial department. So it was literally giving me a flavour of what processes are involved in it, because ultimately, even at a football club now, so I'm in ticketing, it's not directly linked with it, but it's still still need to have that core understanding of what needs doing, your key sort of relationships with it, and everything that goes with it. So incredibly important to set that sort of base layer, if you like, for what you want to achieve going forwards for it. So,
and the degree itself, though, football business and finance, how key was that for ticketing? How key was that to getting you this job, and not only getting you in the door but making you ready for it?
Yeah, absolutely. So it ultimately highlights the core revenue streams for a football club to keep its doors open. It's so important at this level. To go on to quote the ridiculous figures in Premier League, but it's a case of you've got to get those core revenue streams right, and that was ultimately at the right heart of the course. From broadcast revenues to ticketing revenues to almost merchandise as well in the club shop. So all those key sort of factors, again, the sort of base layers for what you can build up. So I can remember even doing for Burnley through the football business finance course that cost value product analysis for the actual club and the capacity restraints, and little did I know that I would be at Blundell Park around that sort of capacity restraints as well. So, and
with your degree, the other people on your cohort, are any of them working in the industry at football clubs around the country now?
Yeah, absolutely. So we've got one group. So I was actually doing a group project with him, I think, at the time. He's currently at Derby, which is fantastic to see. It just gives that also additional inspiration, really, to know that you can actually get into the football club. I can remember on one of the sort of lectures we had, it was very much a case of it's incredibly competitive industry, which is absolutely true, but it's a case of that inspiration that I can actually get into a football club and be working there. So yeah, to see that from other members of literally within my team, to progress a couple of years later down the line, and to see that it's just great to see. Just basically living the dream, which is what we are.
And just last, what's one piece of advice you'd give to people at UCFB now who want a career in sport?
Yeah, absolutely. It's engage with as much as you can. Get out what you want to from the course. As I say, even if you don't have a sort of career aspiration like I did at that point, you do what you want to achieve from the course, and get out what you put in ultimately. And my main sort of advice would be to engage with everything that's available. Try everything. Try commentary workshops. Try everything. See what you like. See what you don't like. Because it's better to find out then than be into an industry and sort of struggle with it. So yeah, engage.